So our first category tonight is early care and education. Our volunteers in this category are inspired by their past and are passionate to preserve their heritage and protect the beauty of our community for the benefit of our children. They devote their time today to build gardens and greenhouses, create literacy programs, and spread the love of books. They generously give their time in the classroom and on the playground. Now they look to the future by inspiring our children and youth through history, education, literacy, mentorship, and building WAPIs to ensure clean water to families everywhere. What is a WAPI? Oh, don't worry, we're going to find out about that later. Don't you worry. Before we start recognizing our honorees, though, this is how we're going to do it. If I call your name, please come to the podium where Katie and Brett are standing right over there. Those two little young people over there. I'll be sharing your inspiring volunteer efforts, and then they will adorn you with a recognition medal. And it's, I mean, let her rip when it comes to being enthusiastic about praise and clapping and all that. Just go for it, right? I mean, because we're here to honor all the folks sitting next to ourselves tonight. So, on that note, let's meet our volunteers in early care and education. So, we'll start with our first honoree, Kaprece James. Kaprece is being recognized for her leadership skills and volunteerism in youth development and her efforts in building United Way Monterey County's Emerging Leaders Society. One of Kaprece's most memorable efforts was to lead the construction of a greenhouse at Seaside Child Development Center. The greenhouse was not Kaprece's only contribution to the Seaside Child Development Center. She connected United Way's Martin Luther King's book collection event and delivered new books to the center. Moreover, Kaprece expanded the reach of Emerging Leaders Society, engaging new people in the United Way mission. Now nominated for their work at the Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District is the Garland Park Volunteer Team. The Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District's mission is to preserve and protect as much natural beauty of the Monterey Peninsula as possible for future generations. The Garland Park Volunteer Team helps to make their mission come true. They mobilize these efforts and dedicate themselves to maintaining quality visitor services and high-quality trails. They keep the Garland Park Visitor Center staffed and the Arboretum watered. This team ensures that visitors and school groups are provided with educational access to the Garland Visitor Center, Arboretum, and the trail system. Our children can thrive in the great outdoors thanks to these folks. So let's mention all of the team members. Here are the Garland Park Volunteer team members.
Come on up.
And you can come on up. As I go ahead, one together.
Slide over a little bit. Yes, please.
While we're doing this, if anybody hasn't been out to Garland Park lately, make sure you go. It's amazing.
I think it's time we give them one more round of applause. you, folks. Now we're about to talk about some science. Geology can be a difficult subject, not only to learn but to teach. And thanks to Donna Zahn, geology is now easy. Nominated by the Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District, Donna took her love of rocks to a new height. Donna says, rocks tell the story of all other things. She created an exhibit that gives visitors an educational framework, and it explores the physical, chemical, biological, and geological processes and reactions that create changes to the natural environment. As a result of Donna's work, families and schools now have a new place to experience a fun educational exhibit at the Powell Corona Regional Parks Discovery Center. Donna Zahn. As an aside, I was actually able to visit that center a few weeks ago, and it is beautiful if you haven't had a chance to visit yet at Powell Corona Park. Go for a hike. All right, how about one more round of applause? Now, the Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District also recognizes Linda Yamane for her work in educating the public about the Native American culture in the Monterey area. Linda created an 8-foot tule boat, just like those used by her indigenous Rumsen-Ohlone ancestors. This boat is now a prominent feature at the Palo Corona Regional Parks Discovery Center, inspiring children from pre-K to adults to learn more about the early history of our beloved community. Linda continues to educate public on the Rumsen-Ohlone native language, history, and even performed a blessing ceremony at the new park's dedication event. Linda? You know, you have to go visit. There's so many things going on in Palo Corona. All right. Now nominated for their work in youth development and mentorship at Rancho Cielo are Jeffrey Mann and Cassie Hamblin of the Naval Postgraduate School. This team of two has ignited a spark in the lives of youth at Rancho Cielo. Following Rancho Cielo's mission, they help transform the lives of youth and empower them to become accountable, competent, productive, and responsible citizens. They dedicate their time and energy to help youth gain self-esteem, academic and vocational skills to further their education and graduate. They dedicate, in their role as mentors, Jeffrey and Cassie always display leadership, patience, and problem-solving skills. They provide a foundation of relationship building that can last a lifetime. This dynamic duo has proven to be youth's biggest cheerleaders. Jeffrey and Cassie. All right, another round of applause, make them smile.
And can I ask when, as Dan calls names, why don't you come on up sooner so we can have eyes on you more? I want to see more of you all.
The moment you hear your name, jump from your seat, spring forward. You don't have to run. I don't think there are any tripping hazards. We're okay. Maybe gracefully jaunt over there and be recognized. Thank you. All right, we're going to start with a name this time, so you'll be ready. Susan Elwood. Career Success Program at Seaside High School. For the last 7 years, Susan personally led this program. Each year, she changed the lives of over 30 students for the better. This program gives students real-world experience, career goal assistance, college application knowledge, workforce education, and helps them transition into adulthood. Susan also organizes a job shadow day in collaboration with the Pebble Beach Company. During this 8-week capstone program, Susan creates a small group mentorship event and brings in keynote speakers. Susan generously gives her time in the classroom and beyond to help teens reach their fullest potential and be prepared for life after high school. Susan up. Cerry Rasmussen volunteers for the Girl Scouts of the Central Coast. Cerry is a mother to 4, a military wife, and a Girl Scout leader for not 1, but 2 troops. Cerry brought the Highland Derby to Girl Scouts. The Highland Derby has historically been a Boy Scouts event. Girl Scouts learn to use a saw and cut wood and create a car design to decorate and race. Cerry also organizes the World Thinking Day event, which allows the girls to experience many different countries in one afternoon. Cerry's work reached more than 100 Girl Scouts in the county. She is inclusive of everyone and stands by the Girl Scout law by being a sister and a leader to every Scout. All right, one more round. All right, who's next? Who am I going to call on next? You're ready. Don't get nervous. It's okay. Ekin, Atila. Ekin was a 7th grade Carmel middle school student and a child of a long-standing Rotarian family. She brought Rotary International's mission of humanitarian services and goodwill to our community. At Carmel Middle School, she set up an Interact Club and recruited over 25 members in her first year as club president. The Interact Club organized 2 events, 1 local and 1 international. The Interact Club's local event was the Early Literacy Program Read to Me Project. They collected books for thousands of children in Monterey County. Also, Ekin led the club with the WAPI Project. You ready for it?
Yes.
An international water pasteurization initiative. Over 200 water pasteurization indicators were assembled and shipped to countries in need of clean water. As a result of Ekin's initiative to charter a service club at Carmel Middle School, students continue to serve and volunteer in the community. All right, one more round of applause for Ekin. I'm standing to the front. Itzel, Hernandez. Where are you? Not in attendance, but we can still recognize her tonight. She volunteers for the Eden Housing After School Youth Program. Itzel is committed to helping youth flourish and grow their confidence and abilities. Itzel mentors the students, helps them study and complete homework assignments, and constantly engages youth to stay involved in the after-school program. Through Itzel's commitment to giving, the kids have learned the importance of being selfless and helping others. Her passion for childcare and education is shown every week while she volunteers in Eden Housing. Itzel always has a positive attitude and is an inspiring role model for the resident youth at Eden Housing. Now next, nominated for her work as a court-appointed special advocate for Casa Monterey is Lisa Spence. Lisa is assigned to a specific foster child. She helps her attend court hearings, adjust to new foster homes, and transition to new schools. Most importantly, Lisa advocates for the child's needs. She wrote multiple court reports and appeared in court in support of the child. She made recommendations to the judge and then monitored the child's progress as she adjusted to the court's findings. Lisa engages with her CASA foster child almost daily. Despite her demanding career and commitment to her own son, she believes we must serve within our community and live our values. Lisa is an Army veteran and a single mom.
My turn, huh?
It's your turn.
So this concludes the category for early care and education. And in this category, we have the opportunity to recognize a volunteer that goes above and beyond. Tonight, we're going to recognize Susan Elwood. And I hope you've already joined me in congratulating her, but please join me in congratulating Susan. And I want to just share with you a few words. We actually asked all of our honorees to tell us a little bit about what inspires them. And what she shared with us is, what inspires me is the belief that every young person deserves to have hope. My classes emphasize that current life circumstances in no way impede a journey forward. Interacting with young people to help them see a dream come to life is what it's all about. So thank you, Susan, and